Good evening, everybody, and thank you for coming out. I'm your host, Nemvred ODG, and this evening we got a special feature, Project Ghost.
Listen, everyone, the album is called Keys. We have the blessing of having one of the queens, one of the biggest ever to do it in the game, coming on tonight. I think we came on early because the Knicks versus Steph Curry, and Steph Curry's trying to make history tonight against my Knicks. But the album is called Keys, and I look forward to speaking to my sis. Let me see if we can find her. And I took care of everything. I went and bought another phone, so you can't call me and clout chase this moment. You could call my phone, it ain't gonna affect this. I bought a new phone for this. Okay? We sent the request. My sister Alicia Keys, such an icon, such a living legend. She has a new double album out called Keys that we about to talk about. Then they got the piano, you know how we put white van? They got the pianos. It's the big show. Entirely the biggest. Shout out to White Castle. Shot that commercial right at Soundview in the Bronx. When you talk about some guys, some Terror Squad guys who ate some White Castle burgers, I mean, you can't make this up. Like even T. Lover, Terrell's not gonna fit his Tom Ford suit tomorrow. He was killing them double cheese. See, so in White Castle, my thing is double cheese, onion ring. They might have the best onion rings in the game, I'm not gonna lie. Double cheese, they do, right? Onion rings, because the onion rings taste like food, like if you didn't want to eat beef or anything, you can eat them onion rings, right? So it's the double cheese, the onion rings, and the clam strips. But I can't eat the clam strips without the white sauce. Pause. Is the tartar sauce. That's me. You got me lined up, you know? Hold on, let me see.
That was a breaking 18 like nothing else.
No, y'all was killing them shits. Like I thought like shout out to my brother AD. I see him. I hope he just got over the COVID. He got his leg broke. He got over the COVID. Like yo, AB's fucked up, man.
2022.
Get better, my brother. 2022 is on you. And so we did that commercial today. Somebody better tell Courtney, because I know my sister going to the game, so we limited with time. You know what I'm saying? But you know, she already announced she coming on here. And so Alicia Keys, I call her my sister because she's family. She's married to my brother, who I've been good friends with for over 25 years. But she's really the queen. Don't let me get y'all effed up and act like she ain't the queen, right? And so there's something with, I was with my man, he works with Mary J, my man Hector, and earlier I was explaining to him, she's a queen. Like, it's like certain, like, I don't want to see Mary J. Blige or Alicia Keys, as much as we want to keep it real, in a hood breakfast spot. I just don't.
You don't want to see them in White Castle?
Nah, I want to see them in the plaza.
You don't want to see them in White Castle?
No, leave me in White Castle. I'm not there yet. But my sisters, the queens, I just want to see them like royal. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's crazy though? The greatest Alicia Keys moment was when she did the video with Mos Def and Pan Pan.
Yeah, Pan Pan and Harlem.
That's when
she had a couple of moments in hip hop. The video she did, yo, Swizzy, I'm waiting on Alicia. And so she did that. I remember when she pulled out the piano in the middle of the hood. That was another like legendary. So, and when she had the guy in the prison in that video. And so these were all like steps. She seemed like she was down with Mozart and Beethoven, but yet and still she got the braids and she's in the hood. So the Pan Pan was, that was that hard. 135, huh? You know, I used to be on 132 on Park Avenue. I know that Pan Pan. You know what I'm saying? And you know what's crazy is right by the Pan Pan in real life is where they shoot King of Harlem. Golf over Harlem. Lennox Terrace. Right behind there. Shout out to Dr. Page, legendary dentist down there. That's my man, Dr. Page. Man, you can't tell me shit about no Harlem, no Bronx, some shit. We done been anywhere. Yo, if anybody know, shout out, I don't know if the woman, I hope she's still great. Her name was Miss Elise. She had the little down low spot in the Bronx by Sheridan Avenue. And if you curse, you got to put $1 in the jar. You been there?
Of course, man.
Bro, every lunch I would eat there, I wound up putting $100 in that jar because I would just curse all day. So Miss Elise had the biggest gangsters in there. I ain't gonna lie, I seen Dame Dash in there one time. That's the only person I've ever seen in the industry in there. And that was like a real, you know, hold up, there she go. Hold up. As promised. Yo. Yo, sis, what's up? Nah, yeah.
What?
Yo, sis, hold up. Don't flex on me like that. She going in already. Don't do that.
Nah.
Yo, Alicia, you got, you know, I'm gonna play with you right now because you playing with me. You got this go-to look, right?
What's
Jay
that?
got a go-to look. You got a go-to look that you do all the time. It's like, what's
one?
that?
This one? You're crazy. What's up, Joe?
Yo, what's up? I don't know. It's kind of low. I'll fix the volume, man. I went and bought a new phone for you. I'm good.
How's
We
my
good.
volume, though? Because I got my
Oh.
earpiece in. Should I take it out?
Nah, they be Swiss is tuned in. Nah. You perfect. You know, they be clout chasing me, my friends and my family. So when I got somebody big like you on, they start calling the phone. And once they start calling the phone, they want me to scream at them or something. Anything to get say their name on the jump off. So I went and bought a side phone that I don't even have the number to, just to interview you because you're such a big deal.
Listen,
how you doing, my sister? The album
brother,
is phenomenal.
Man, brother, I'm so happy to talk to you. I've been waiting to talk to you. I couldn't wait for this day.
Let me tell you something. I went to San Francisco. The plane was doing. I'm terrified of planes.
You know, you look like you might be terrified of planes.
No, super. Like I jump on the old lady when it shakes. Like I might cripple an old lady, but I'm terrified of planes. But I listened to your album. It was a double album, and the first thing I was saying is like, yo, it's so much work.
Yeah,
like 2 albums.
It is a lot of work. Did you ever do a double album? Because I did my first one.
It's too much work. Because I was like, I mean, no disrespect. I was like, damn, it's more songs, it's more songs. And it was like, that's a lot of work. What made you want to do a double album this time?
Well, you know, the concept of the album is that it's really only about 12 songs, but there's the first side is called the originals, and that one is super broken down piano, all about the pen, the music, the soulful, that energy right there.
That true Alicia Keys fan.
Original AK right there. And then the other side is the one that I sampled. We wanted to sample the originals and create a whole other version. So me and Mike Will sampled the originals and created the unlocked version. So even though you feel like you're hearing another you're just hearing another version of what you heard on the originals. And so that's what makes it feel so fresh, is because it just sonically it's a mind.
Now I'm gonna say I'm gonna say I went to the show in the Apollo.
Yes.
I sat up a deck like a normal citizen. I was up a deck.
That's where the kings stay.
Me, my wife, and no, not the you know how they got the little
things
the
on
little
the side.
now you know they got the mezzanine, not there, the regular upper deck. You know the Apollo got the little where the kings. We was up a upper deck.
You was
It
feeling
was
like you
so
couldn't
beautiful.
see?
It was so beautiful. Me, my wife, and Terrellish, my stylist. We enjoyed, and Jamie,
Yes.
so Jamie was in the building, and so we enjoyed the show so much, and that's where I saw the original, the unlocked version.
Yes.
And it was just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful night.
My God.
Did they tell you I was in there like they tell you Prince is in there?
Yeah, it was like Alicia, you know, who just walked in the door. I was like, who? They was like, Joe, he's in here. You can start the show now. I was like, okay.
Yo, Lisa, I was on my Harlem shit. I had a dancing on. I was on my real Harlem shit. Like, yo, I was up in there like, you know, that shit was crazy.
No, it was nuts. And then Jada came out with, and I
Suited
just
up.
played Suited Up, and I just
Suited
played
up.
We Gonna Make It on the piano. It was really, really crazy.
Now, it was a beautiful, beautiful, and you know what? You put me on that night to that guy Lucky Day, and I've been following him ever since. His music, this guy's phenomenal.
Yeah, no, Lucky is a monster. He, you know, we wrote a song together called "Come For Me." Me, Lucky, and Khalid are on that record, and I didn't realize that Lucky has such like a Michael. He has this voice on him that's really, really, really fresh. So he's definitely to be looked out for.
And he's six-packed up. He's
six-packed.
Let me tell you, he came out with you with some baggy clothes.
Okay.
Then I went to the Soul Train Award, and that boy came out naked.
He was like,
and
I got
yo. When he came out, they said, Lucky Day, I'm looking for the baggy. It looked like he wearing Fat Joe and Big Pun clothes at your show. And then the man came out naked, six-packed up the next time. I said, damn.
You was like, what happened? I didn't know. Because I was like, how do you know?
It was a lucky day for them ladies, let me tell you.
It's a lucky day.
One thing that sticks out the most in the universe is somebody that we all look up to. Somebody who's incredible is Miss Sade, right? And we love her. Man, I was hustling in the streets pumping Sade. Like,
oh my God.
Like, it's like she's like, but the thing is, she doesn't let anyone sample her. How did you get this approved? How do you go by clearing this? I need this step by step, because if people don't understand that Sade does not clear samples. But I mean, I've heard the biggest artist on the planet Earth trying to clear Sade and she wouldn't do it. How did you get the permission?
I have to say, you know, it's a beautiful thing. I mean, Sade is my big sister in my head. Like, even that's how I look at her. She is my big sister. Nobody can't tell me nothing. Like, we're related. That's how I feel about Sade, right? So we actually connected some years ago. She did my Black Ball. I used to do something called the Black Ball every year, which was for my organization, Keep a Child Alive. And we do a beautiful performance, and there'd be really special people that would join me on the stage. One day I invited her to come to the Black Ball. I figured she would definitely tell me no. And she pulled up. So since that moment, we were able to connect and keep in touch. And, you know, Sade is a fairy. She's a fairy. Like, you text her. I do text Sade.
I would text Sade if I had a number. Let me tell you something. I love Sade so much. I seen her perform one time, and I had my suit on. My wife was fly. We was in Miami. We was like, I mean, I was front row.
Yeah.
I'm seeing, shout out Tom Joyner. He was at that show, Legendary Radio. And we was, and her band saw me, and they started doing like the lean back.
Hey, no.
But now, Alicia, I was so nervous. I knew I could have, to go back there and ask for a picture, that I left so disappointed because I really wanted that pic.
I know. You know how when you're trying to be nice and you feel nervous and then you don't do it and you regret it for the rest of your life?
I regret that for the rest of my life. And I still haven't been able to see Sade anywhere.
No, you don't. She's a fairy. That's what I'm telling you. She disappears. She's on her own plane. She owns her own universe. She descends down from the universe and comes to sometimes talk to us, but most of the time you can't find her. So let me tell you the story. So I was able to connect with her since that point, and I always check in with her, and I always send love, and we just talk, and I send her super blessings, and if I'm gonna be in the area, we can we connect if we can. And so I put together this song, Best of Me, and for a second I was gonna call it an ode to Sade, because I feel like that's how I honor and respect her, like this tone, this style, this energy. And
I was at the Apollo and I heard doom doom. I told my wife, yo, she sampled Sade, doom doom. I heard the bells. I was like, yo, like, Dad, I'm sorry, Alicia. It's too important, man.
So I text her and I said that there's a song that I'm working on. I really want you to hear. It's inspired by how much I adore you, and she's so generous and she's so kind. And said something like, how lucky am I? That's what she said. Something beautiful like that. So I'm melting because this is my big sister in my head, and she's like loving on me, right? So she said, send it along. So, I finished it all up. It took me some weeks. I just wanted to make it perfect for her. I wanted her to hear it exactly how I wanted her to hear it. And so I send it to her, and, I don't hear anything for a couple of days because she's on her own universe planet. So it's okay. I know it takes a little bit of time and stuff like that. She finally hits me back. And she's like, me and the band, we're rehearsing, and we're in the studio working on some new stuff. So first of all, I can't wait for that. And she was like, I really, this sounds so beautiful. She asked me some of the lyrics.
One second, Alicia. Sade is back in the studio.
I believe
this is what we call a Joker moment on this show. This is a Joker moment where you heard it first here. She's back in the studio. Again, I'm sorry, Alicia. Continue.
Listen, we can't wait. We can't wait to hear everything that she's cooking up. Come on, she is majesty. So she says, I love it. She asked me about some of the lyrics. I was, sharing with her about the lyrics. Gave her some space. Just was checking in, asking her how the studio was going, how she feeling, all the good stuff. And I said, I would love for this song to be on my next record, and I would love your blessings. So I'm like, let's see what happens, because we know.
You threw it out there. Was you nervous before you asked? Was you nervous? Because she don't clear nothing. You knew that.
I did know that she's definitely, and I understand, because this is one of my all-time favorite records. You know what I mean? Oof. So I understand. And so she came back, and she was like, first of all, she's like, I can't believe you already have another record. Like, Dad, what's going on with you, genius? She was just so sweet. I said, you the genius. And she was like, you know what? I love the record, and you have my blessings, and I hope you're happy. And I was like, in my room, jumping up and down like a crazy person, screaming at the top of my lungs like a 3-year-old kid. That's what happened in that.
Yo, Alicia, she fucks with you, bro. Wow. Like, let me tell you, people don't understand that this industry, there's artists that they don't care about money. They don't care about, they just so sensitive with the music, with everything. Sade's one of them. So for her to say, I'm happy for you, is she loved this song, but at the same time, she loves Alicia.
Yo, when I tell you that, it was almost like, it was like when I tell you she's my big sister in my head, it was like the person you admire the most, like co-signing you in a way that just like 1,000,000%. I can't even tell you what it did to.
No, I know what it feels like.
You know what I mean?
I know KRS, I know LL. Those are my idols.
Right.
I get around them. I said, when KRS did the verses, we walked them into the ring, Terrace Squad. Do you know what the hell that felt like?
No, I felt.
Walking in our master. This is the guy we worship. And he's going to battle. And even though we love King, don't get that messed up. But walking him to the battle, walking through the tunnel with KRS One, I dreamed of this shit my whole life.
Oh my God.
You know, and when I'm introducing him, the man hugs me on stage in front of the stadium. I'm like,
did you cry?
boom!
Joe, did you shed a bit of a tear? It's okay. I need you to share with us that you might have
never shed a tear. I never shed a tear. You know I'm a man's man, Alicia.
Hey.
Listen.
Men's men cry, Joe.
I know, but not
Joe,
for that.
cut the shit.
No, not for that. But I was beyond grateful. Yeah. And you know, with KRS is my mentor, and LL Cool J. I got, you know, and both of them have been special in my life. One time I threw a birthday party in the Bronx. And it was Biggie was there, Puff was there. Everybody you can name was there. It was the Hood, Fat Joe. This is Flo Joe time. Oh. And I had just met LL, and I was like, yo, I'm throwing a party in the Bronx. And you know, LL, no disrespect to LL, he was like the little Bow Wow. He was like Justin Bieber. He was somebody you never seen. You never seen LL Cool J when he was on fire. I need love. You just never. Right. So I met him the one time and shot my shot. Like, yo, I got my birthday party. The man, 2 in the morning, KRS One's performing. All of a sudden, you hear nothing but girls scream. Ah! And all I see is a red baseball cap. And next thing you know, LL Cool J walks up on stage. At that moment, I could have died. At that moment, having KRS and LL at the same time, I could have died right there. Like that was it.
At the party? They were both
at my birthday party. But I mean, like in 93, 94, Flo Joe.
That's crazy.
I blew my mind. Let me ask you a question that I've been meaning to ask, right? Is there such thing, right, of becoming too big of a superstar? Like, we only mention, I'm going to tell you, Alicia, we only mention your name. I'm going to just keep it a buck. We only mention your name with Beyonce and Rihanna. Rihanna's in there, right? Mm. So, like, I think if you're a crown prince of something and you want to pay somebody $10 million to perform, it's either Alicia, Beyonce, or Rihanna. No,
crown prince of something.
Is there such thing as being too big to the point of where you feel maybe you don't have street credibility? Is there something like that?
I feel like your head could get too big. You know what I mean? I feel like your perspective can get off and you can forget the truth and you can forget the real and you can feel like somehow there's some hierarchy that's fake and not real. So I think that happens to some people. I'm definitely, you know, I am as real as they come. There's nobody realer than me, not even the names you said to me. That's how I feel. You know what I mean? And I respect both of those ladies greatly. But to me, I feel like there's a certain genuine honesty and realness that I always have. I always will. So I do think that you can get to a place where your head can get out of control or your perspective gets confused and you forget what you already knew, you know. And I think
or even you, like I often tell, I'm sorry for cutting you off, but I often tell, like, Khaled, you know, Khaled has like a ton of security, right? And it's not his fault. One day we on vacation in Turks and Caicos and I convinced him. I was in the water with Khaled, just me and him. In
right,
the middle, you know how that shit is empty. And I said, yo, Khaled, you're like fucking ultra famous, bro. Like, you have to have the best security ever met, because, you know, Selena got killed by her fan. So, you know, it's at, is there a point where you can you go to Melba's in Harlem and have a meal in peace? Will they let you eat the oxtail in Melba's?
I don't eat oxtail, but let me tell you, there is, I can go anywhere and there is genuine, pure love and respect. One thing that Swizzy and I say all the time, we can walk down any street and there is a genuine, pure love, and we return that love just as equally. We're not over here having to go, you know, we are right where we belong. You know what I mean? So yes, I can go into Melba's, I can go anywhere, sit down at the table. Will people come say hello? Yes, I say hello back. Most people will give me space to eat and chill, and then we connect, and it's a vibe. It's like, it's just real,
You know,
real
because
people
that's the
shit.
only thing that gets me mad. Like fat people, we don't like people taking pictures of us eating without permission. We just don't. It's a fact. Fat people don't want nobody taking their picture in the restaurant eating some chicken wings or some collard greens. Like, we don't want the pic right there. Ask me after, and I'll take a million pictures with you. But that is like
No,
an
that's just
invasion.
ethics. Yeah, that's just like general protocol. General protocol is a person's eating, you let them eat, and then, you know, you connect with them after they eat. It's okay.
Now, your husband.
Yes.
One of my longtime greatest friends. And I'm gonna tell you something. I don't know if I gave it to you or I didn't, but he was on me when he first got with you, because purple's your favorite color. He wanted my billionaire frames. This man was harassing me to give them to you.
Wow.
Did I ever give it to you?
I definitely feel like I got a pair of purple.
So they're mine. They're mine. They're mine. I gave them to you. No, I'm telling you, this man was on my ass. Because when you first met him, you bought him some kind of bike. What was the bike? You bought him a bike. And he was like, yo, bro, she bought me this beautiful bike. It was like a bike. I don't know what kind of bike. To him, it was special.
Okay, now there's been a lot of special things since we love to spoil each other.
I see the special things. No, yo, Alicia, I see you're very humble. You're very modest. But I know, I don't know if you know that I know Swiss is laughing. I see it. He sends me shit and says, don't post it. Don't. I mean, you know, I see, yo, man, he came to my birthday party, right?
Oh, yeah, the one recently? The
yes.
one you just had?
He came to my birthday party. Wish you were there, but next summer we're going to do it even bigger.
Let's do it again.
All right. And you got to come because everybody comes. So it's a thing. So he sends me a picture of like a Ferrari, a Lamborghini. Nobody will believe me. They'll think I'm lying. He has a picture where the seat is in the middle. The car's like $3 million. He says, bro, this is what I want to pull up. I said, please don't pull up in that shit.
Don't.
Because you're going to shut down the whole fucking party. Like, don't do it. Don't come in that shit. They're not ready to see that in New York City. They're not ready to see that vehicle do not pull up in that shit.
Right.
And,
you had to stop him?
No, I stopped him.
Right.
But he still, you seen him, he came in that green Lucky Charms. He looked like a motherfucking bag of gold. He came up in that shit. And you know, I had my Hermes blue. But he came
good.
up in there.
Y'all both look good.
Yo, listen, Alicia, that boy came with that Lucky Charms shit. Like, I said, damn, man, my brother looking fly.
Yeah, you know you fresh when you can pull off the Lucky Charms green.
Lucky Charms, bro.
Okay.
He looked like fucking pots of gold was flying over him. How proud of you are of your husband with this versus thing. You know, out of disruption, and out of bad times, something beautiful always, you know, like a rose from the concrete. I mean, this versus got us through the worst time in 100 years, a pandemic. How proud are you of Swiss Beats?
Listen, he is beyond. His mind works in a stratosphere that honestly nobody can touch. It's just like he's so genuine about it. It's always so natural. He's not sitting here trying to do something. It's happening because he really loves it, because it happened to him. You know, him and Tim literally, just because everyone was bored as fuck, got on the IG and been wanting to do a battle for a minute. You know, he's done battles since Summer Jam. He'll bring out people, and you know, it's hip hop, right? So he's always done that. And because they were so bored, they got on IG and did that battle. I remember I came downstairs and he was like, oh, I'm on IG with Tim, and I was like, let me not go over there before he puts me on camera. I'm in my bed clothes, like nah. And next thing I know, he's not in the house anymore. He's up the block because they lost reception and they're battling on IG. And I'm in the bed sleep, and he came home like, you're never gonna believe what happened. And he told me what happened, and literally, that was the birth of Verses. And so, anyway, he's incredible. Like, for real, his mind is just so expansive. The way that there's no limits for him. Like, he doesn't see that there's a ceiling anyway. In fact, somehow I'm asking him, like, babe, do you know that, like, I don't know if that's gonna happen. He's like, why? Why can't it happen? Like, why is it not gonna happen? And he's so clear about what he's going to manifest, that he does. It's incredible. I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud of Verses. Verses is out of control.
That thing is amazing. And it's a different type of butterflies, anxiety, you know, because everything is cool, but when you get up in there, even though it's your best friend, it's like you're fighting for your legacy. And notice, and I know for a fact, when Auntie Shaka, she got a little, I knew that was like she was trying to kill the nerves, but killed it too much.
Because no, it's a big it's big. It's potentially, I mean, it's bigger. It's bigger than the Garden. It's bigger than O2 Stadium. It's big. There's
millions of people.
We had watching it at one
me
time.
And Jai had 2.2 million people watching at the same time. Like,
crazy.
That's some big shit. Like, if you count Madison Square Garden, 30,000 people, 10, 20, 30, like, it's some shit.
Crazy. No, it's incredible. It's incredible.
Which is saying everybody, everybody's the owner of Verses, so all the artists.
Exactly.
That was an amazing thing. And, you know, for years we had people taking advantage of our legends and our owners. And so now what Swiss and Tim did, giving stocks to the artists for sure. I got a couple stocks in Verses.
It's a beautiful thing. He's always about by the artist, for the artist, with the people. Like, he's always about that. That's what everything that he creates is about. So it's a beautiful thing, man. People don't think like that. People don't think like that.
I think like that, but I think that might be a Bronx thing.
It could.
Might
you
be
know what?
Because you know he's from the BX. Don't ever
That's
get it. I know y'all in that Iron Man crib over there. But remember, we from, you know, your godmother is Puerto Rican.
Yes.
Tell me about that. Your mom's and her. What's her name? What was the dynamic?
That's so sweet you asked me about her. That means so much to me. In fact, tonight I'm performing one of my songs from Keys called Old Memories on The Voice. And I actually have these beautiful frames of both my grandmother, who is super, super dear to me, and my godmother. She was another one that I lost that is extremely important to me. I was named after her. Her name was Alicia. And so, you know, my name is actually Alicia, but I made it Alicia just so people could like understand. And so she and my mother and her met the very first, when my mother first moved to New York. They both went to school together, and she's been in my life since before I was born. She was always bendición. She made me say bendición, bendición, bendición.
Dios te bendiga. All that.
Yes.
And what's crazy is my godbrother Terrell, his mother and my mother grew up. My mother's Puerto Rican and his mother's black. Well, he's black. And we used to be together. Like, he's black. Terrell's black. And so we would be together, and he'd be like, yo, that's my brother. And I'd be like, yo, that's my brother. And people be looking like, what the hell is this? But he's my brother.
Yeah,
and I'm his brother. And it's just amazing. So your mother and your godmother were singing stuff like, I will survive. Oh, on down door, get out that door. They was doing that thing together, huh?
Listen, they were each other's rocks for sure. They were in college together. They were the baddies together. They were modeling together. They were running the New York streets together. They were, you know, in all the New York clubs together. They were My mother was she's an actress, so she was, fighting for Broadway and theater, and it was all this, real New York culture that they were submersed in, and that I was also raised in. So
you black and Italian. Does that mean your moms know how to cook? Legendary.
My mother can definitely get her situation popping. She makes a lot of great meals. And at a certain point, when I stopped eating meat and I came home and I was like, Mommy, we can't eat that anymore. She was like, what? But that's my dish. Like, that's what I make. What are you talking about? But she rode with me because she's my mama and she's incredible. She raised me. She's a single mother and she rides. She's a rider.
God bless. God bless.
Thank
And, you know, that also her situation definitely prepared us with certain things we go through. Like my father, he's still with my mother. He's always been there for me. We used to drink. He used to be a little verbally abusive and all that. And so that's why.
Come here. Look,
Who you kissing at?
Come here. This is. Say what up to Joe.
Yo!
Tierra!
Yo, what's up?
Hold on. She can't. Hold on. What? My jacket. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yo, what's up?
Look at this. Tierra just pulled up on me.
I was just at what was that, the big
Was that Chappelle?
Yeah.
crazy.
In Madison Square Garden, yeah.
You killing.
Crazy.
You know I tore that thing down. Hey, yo, you're legendary. Don't lie. Come on now. You know I don't play that shit when I come through. You know I come through light. Get out of here. Shout out to MC Light is on here watching. But you know.
So you
Hey,
crazy. World
go
crazy.
get that new product, y'all.
Keys.
Fire Keys.
Wow, put your thing on so we can hear you better because it was popping. Shout out to MC Light on the check-in, Afion on the check-in. And so we talking about.
Oh, so
we talking about. I'll take 10 more minutes if you got it for me. I know you at the game.
Yeah, no.
Are you doing something at the Knick game or you just hanging out at the Knick game?
Listen, we chilling. My sister Tiara came to pull up with me. We hanging out. We having a little girls' night. We having some good vibes. You know what's up with this game.
You know what's up with Tiara? Tiara, I've met her 20 times, right? For the first 3 to 5 times, I kept forgetting. I knew I met her, but I forgetting the name.
Oh, you one of those cats. The one
yes, this is why I'm
they
trying
forget
to
you.
Alicia, not trying to be fly, not trying to stunt,
Your brain.
And one time she turned around. I was on like the red carpet at the BET Awards, and she looked at me and she said, "If you forget me,
yeah."
I said, "Tiara, what? Hey, baby, Philly in the building!" Like,
come on.
And I never will forget.
After.
I will never forget. Shout out to MC Light. She's on the check-in.
Yes, MC Light. Legends.
Yo, legends, man. MC Light, what did MC Light, Moni Love, Latifah,
Queen? Oh my gosh.
What did that mean to you?
Everything. There was, they are the originators and such strength and power as women, like this demanding of respect, like there's no backing down, is such an incredible catalog and such an incredible delivery style of finesse of fresh. And look, like 3 of the most influential women who are today on top, like continuously evolving. And it's just so inspiring. So for me, that was everything as a young female artist, and especially one that sometimes you can lose yourself or feel like you got to follow other things or feel like people won't accept you for how you are or your own strong mind. You got to dim it down, all this shit that they never did. So
let me ask you a question. Did you, and I'm gonna just tell you a comparison that's weird. When I first got over flying,
you still said you was gonna jump on the old lady, so you're not over it.
No, I'm still scared. Okay, I fly 4 or 5 times a week and I'm still scared.
Okay. You mean that when you actually started flying?
When I actually started flying, I would listen to You Don't Know My Name. And I swear but I mean 10,000 times on my headphone. That's the only way I could fly.
Wow.
And what's weird is, let me tell you this weird connection. Now when I fly, or these last years I've been flying, I listen to Sade or you to get me cool. Like,
right.
That's a comparison of your music where you both get me over flying. You know, like, you just keep me calm. I want to tell you, Pusha T,
Ooh.
Lil Wayne,
girl.
I mean, these features, these guys went crazy on your album. Just nuts. The way it starts, bum, bum, and Pusha T just goes off. And this Lil Wayne is like so acceptable, so exceptional, so it's just.
Now that Wayne verse as well, it's in fact the NBA just did some crazy visual with all these sick with that Nat King Cole unforgettable verse in there. It looks so crazy. Wait till you see it. It's bananas. And Pusha is one of my favorite MCs. I can't even believe we never did anything together. So for him to be on the song Plentiful, which is like just a whole
off rip. Like off rip. I turned it on. I'm coming from San Francisco. That flight was doing all this shit. I grabbed them AirPods and I bought new AirPods to listen to your album. No
Did
bullshit.
you bring the big joints because that cancel all the things?
You know, I heard you heard about the guy who interviewed Adele about her album but never listened to the album?
Nah, because that's ridiculous.
It's like, you know, he got fired because he got fired because he got up and left.
What?
Yeah, this is a true story in Australia. Adele had an interview with a guy, and the guy never listened to the music, and then she felt like it was a disrespect. She got up and walked off.
Oh, she left.
She left. Yeah, like, and so like with you, I had to really, you know, get my shit right because I'm like, yo, you know, you're a big deal.
Because the people are wondering why you're not asking me not one question about Keys, so they about to jump you.
About Keys, I just told you about the thing.
You're lucky. You just saved yourself because they was about
1 in a billion is my joint.
I love that song.
1 in a billion is my joint. I'm gonna show you my notes. Shout out to Cash App, my great partners. If you want $15 free, go to Cash App. Put Fat Joe in there. You get $15 free.
Really? Like right now?
So right now, after this, you can get $15 free. If a million people go after this, they can get $15 million free on Cash App. Damn. This is not a lie. So it goes. Yeah, I love that you gave us the turned up version to the thing. Pusha T. Oh, I love the song La La. Is it La La?
It's La La.
L-A-L-A.
It's La La. La 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 La. Yeah, that's your vibe. That's definitely
La La
your
La
vibe.
La La. And then you got Sway Lee on there.
Yes.
You know this guy don't miss. This
guy
guy, he's a hidden, best kept secret.
He's really special, for real. He really is.
And why did you think of Sway Lee for that collab right there?
You know, Mike Will and I were building on all the music, and Sway is Mike's artist, and I didn't even actually put that together when we were first starting to build, and he was working on their stuff, and I was like, yo, me and Sway need to connect because he has a vibe to him and he flows in a way that's special. He has a great energy, and so he was like, let's put it together, and so it kind of worked out exactly like that. And it was easy. That's
an amazing song. So you got so many ways to go. You got so much good music on this album that I don't even know where you're going with it because it's like you got so many hits on there that it's amazing. The Khalid and the Lucky Days, another like very, very special song.
Come for me.
Something I've been meaning to ask you, right? I'm gonna go to Empire State. I know we talking about Keys, but Empire State, you know, we had the New York anthem. It was 100 Guns, 100 Clips. I'm from New. So I thought we were the Kings. Till this thing came out. Welcome to the best. I'm in the Brooklyn. And New York.
You was
And
like,
it's so epic, this song. But the thing that's most epic to me is you guys sampled Love on a Two-Way Street. Did you know the original? I found love on a two-way street.
you know what? I knew it, but I didn't even put together that part. As a kid, you know, you singing that part and you just know it and your parents listen to it and it's about, but I never put together that part that was like bang, 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 until
I knew it the second I heard that song. I said, yo, they freaked my favorite song, Love on a Two-Way Street.
crazy.
And you had to know. You had to know that this was going to be one of the biggest songs in history of music. You, Jay-Z, the song was so fly. Like, did you feel like y'all can't wait for this to come out?
I definitely knew that it was a special song for sure. I don't ever really, I get very cautious about, some people are like that. This is a smash. This is a hit. This is a hit.
I'm guilty of that.
Are like that.
I am super guilty of that.
And that's some Bronx shit. You know, the Bronx, it really is. Y'all gotta,
okay, Swiss.
You know, it's a zone. But for me, I'm really cautious about that. And I really, you know, I just really, you never know. You never know how anything's going to go. So I'm always just open to whatever's going to happen. And I knew it was special and I knew it was powerful, but I had no idea that it would end up being a monster.
And anybody from New York, I don't care who you are. I could be in Miami. I could be in Dubai, wherever. When that song comes on, it's such a prideful, it's in the soul. And you know, certain songs and certain music impacts you. The thing that's so powerful about music is that when it's your thing, it's your thing. You can't run away from it. Like, you know, I had little, you know, rap beef with 50 Cent, but when he came out with the I get money, I was like, 50, no, like it hits you so
different.
Crazy when you love something. It's undeniable. And so that New York song is so crazy. One last question I want to ask you. Your son is called Egypt. I get jealous every time you and Swiss go to Egypt, right? Because it's a dream of mine to go to Egypt, right? But I'm always scared to go to Egypt because I'll be seeing shit on the news that be happening. But you guys are so comfortable in Egypt. Like, you stay there for a whole month. Like, say you grew up in Harlem, Hell's Kitchen, Harlem. You grew up. What is it like walking in the pyramid? The stuff we read in books, stuff we studied, you know, the Cleopatras, the King Tuts. What is it like actually being in there? Do you like feel, do you feel it? Do you feel like the ancestors? Do you feel like, please explain to me.
It is so powerful. It is so crazy, especially because we're not even taught half the history that's contained in all of our lineages. You know what I mean? So when you're able to experience this really incredible origin of, you know, of Blackness, and obviously that whole Nile civilization coming from Ghana and all the way, and just like really being able to see this majesty that looks like nothing you ever saw before. You never saw anything. Even the hugest skyscraper is not more unbelievable than what these incredible structures look like. They're huge. There's one column that 50 people have to join hands to get around the one column, and then there's thousands of those. It's out of control. It's complete. It reminds you that you are, you know, that God is within you, that there's a power within you to create, that I think sometimes we don't even realize how large we can create things, you know, how big we can imagine. and it reminds you that, oh, wait a minute, there's things there's things bigger than me for sure.
You know, I grew up 3-4 blocks away from Swiss, and it bugs me out when I see camels. He owns camels in Saudi Arabia, and he's over there building the city and shit. Like, I mean, these things. Look, we've been a lot of places. We've done a lot of things. Any of this blow your mind? Like it blows my mind when Swiss just randomly FaceTimes me from Saudi, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm in Saudi, my brother. You know, I'm still here." Like, it's just like, does any of this blow your mind?
That's most of it all the time. There's not even things, there's things that he comes to me and he's like, watch when. I'm like, I already know. Like, I already know. Like I said, it's just kind of similar to what we were talking about even with Egypt. It's like there's this unlimited thought process that I think I'm definitely learning from him, and we all have to adopt that. We don't have to fit in anybody's box. You know what I mean? We get to break out of any alleged ceiling or whatever that's supposedly around us. It doesn't even exist. They just want you to think it exists so that you won't break through it. So it's our job to break through it. And he don't give a fuck. He gonna break through
He don't
all
care.
of it.
I've never seen a guy he's in Saudi Arabia. He flies to Miami to do something for like 3 hours, and then the next thing he's on a plane to Saudi Arabia again.
No, that was crazy. He was heated about that. That was a little schedule mishap.
Like,
but let me ask you a question, Joe. Have you ever heard a concept? Because I'm just trying to make sure. Because I feel like this Keys concept is the first one of its kind. And I want to know, have you ever heard of a concept where a body of work contained an original and then a sampled interpretation of that original? Now, I'm not talking about
you answered it yourself. In a prior interview, you was with my brother Nori in EFN, and you said when you did the New York version, the minute I heard that, it was like brilliant to me. It was like a light bulb went off, because I said fucking right. Like that, like, because the Empire State was already, jacked up hip hop, and then you came with the pianos and did your own version. So that actually was the invention of it.
Right.
Yeah, it was the invention of it. And then you said, let me tap into this greatness on this album. And so it was like, sometimes we do stuff and we don't even know we did it already. We don't know we did that. And sometimes you get reintroduced to it and you're like, damn, I did this.
You're right. You're right, actually. You're actually right. And I love that.
It's facts. And all right, I end it now. I know you gotta watch the game. I gotta watch the game too.
Exactly.
Was this premeditated? Was this you smoking the blunt on Drink Champs? Was this premeditated? Was it the shots? Was it, yo, I'm on Drink Champs, I got it? Did you go in there saying, I'm gonna smoke some shit? Shout out to Smoke Champs. I think I was totally shocked at this. Me, Fat Joe, was like, holy shit, she's hitting the yellow.
Come on, Joe.
No,
if people premeditate shit like that, that's
I
those
don't
other
know.
people. That's
like, what was it?
Man.
Could you break that down for me? Because I'm talking too much, and I really want to hear the answer.
No, first of all, big love to Nori and Effin, and like the whole Drink Champs vibe is like such a zone. I just love how you can it was really fun because you can just really just sink into having a good time. It's like you're just talking to your brothers and your vibe. And I know he was saying there's not a lot of women that come on. I guess because, I grew up with a lot of guys. I grew up in New York. I had a bunch of brothers. I was probably with more guys all the time just because they were looking out for me. Those are my brothers. So to me, it was like going home and talking to my brothers and talking shit. It was like, that's the vibe.
And so you forgot the cameras and you lit the yellow. At what point you
I'm
said,
a grown ass woman, boo.
"Whoa!
Grown ass woman. It's a lot of shit you don't know about me. What can I say?
Yo, Alicia, man, I was like, I see you take the yalla, and I said, oh shit.
You're
Like,
so stupid.
And you know they're corrupting you. The whole gimmick with drink champs is they're really getting you drunk.
They slowly
like,
taking you there. They slowly taking you there. All I did was
right?
ask me to do the promos at the end of the night. I was mad. I said, what? We got to say what?
You like, I'm saucy already.
It's like, I think I got to go get some food now. Bye. It was amazing.
I love you. I thank you for coming on the show, thinking about us, the big show. Enjoy the game. Everybody go out there and get the Keys album. I'm sure you got it already.
Yes.
It's a double album. It's fire. It's incredible. Support Alicia Keys. Yes. We always do. I love you.
Nothing but love.
Thank you so much, sis.
And everybody who tuned in, I love y'all. The vibe is incredible. Super blessings. I love you, Joe. You're amazing. I honor you. By the way, you are no joke. You are so special. You're very special to me, too. You are a big part of my consciousness, and like the flows and the energy and the vibes and what you bring means a lot to me, too. So I just want to give you some amazing energy, too. I'm proud of you.
I love you, A Keys. And hopefully you're going for the Knicks tonight, even though Steph's about to make history.
Let's go. I'm going for all the fun. We're going to have a blast. I'm ready for everything. I'm ready.
Love you, sis. Thank you so much.
Love you too, baby. Talk to you
later. Wow. And you don't know who I know. It's impossible that you know who I know. That's A Keys. It's not no every day that you get A Keys on the show. That's actually my claim to fame. It's the second time she did the show. It's actually my claim to fame. Is having Alicia Keys. So when I tell huge artists, yo, I need you on my show, immediately I say Alicia Keys did. If Alicia Keys did my show, everybody should do my show. It's the biggest. How bigger than Alicia Keys do you get? You just don't. Shout out to Cash App. Those are my sponsors, Cash App, my partners. You can go to Cash App. We're giving money away too. Go to Cash App, use Fat Joe as your code, sign up, and get 15 free dollars. I've never seen nothing like, do you want 15 free dollars? Go to Cash App, punch in Fat Joe and get 15 free dollars. Now, let your darkest moments bring your most clarity. Meaning, if you're going through something, financial, romance, relationship, whatever, and your so-called friends and besties and best friends are not there when you need them, this is God telling you, you don't need these people around you. Let your darkest moments bring your most clarity. And we'll end it with, put God first in good times and bad times. If you ever prayed for a miracle and God gave you a miracle, don't forget him. Don't forget God. It is so important. In good times and bad times, keep God there. Everything has been created by God. Peace, y'all. We the biggest in the game. Thank you, Alicia Keys, for checking in. Wild Cherry Pepsi, Ciroc, and much finer vodka. I think Friday, I'm going to announce the TV show where Fat Joe's show will be at. I spoke to Diddy today. We finally had the formal, not just the conversation of, yo, my brother, congratulations. Thank you, my brother. It's a big deal. The Fat Joe show is a big deal. Okay? So where I tell you what channel it's going to, and I tell you what time, you're going to be proud of us. Because I couldn't do it without you. We started in COVID right here. My daughter, executive producer, Drake from Cool and Drake, and we went every day and we was cheering everybody up. and it turned into this. Peace, y'all. We the biggest.
We start out as hide and seek. No, me can't avoid her, she can't avoid me. And every time when me hug her up, well, me have to say,
so active. Yeah, me say no tease. Well, let me know Ruga lyrical. We killer them active. You feel like a joke? Watch ya. All of me killer they active. Is a Glock 17 man strap it. Walk me your head and watch your marrow back flick. Bust boy head and kick back and bun heart spliff dog. All of me killer they active. Is a Glock 17 man strap it. Walk me your head and watch your marrow back flick. Bust boy head and kick back and bun heart spliff get done. Don't start not know you can't angle. Fuck around and you get dismantle. Life out faster than can.